Welcome to
TV Rants and Chill. Hey guys, we know that last week
was a 1-minute episode from us.
Reason being, it was so boring. I mean,
like we were coloring and talking. We talked about how it was the most boring episode of Bachelorette or Bachelor we've ever seen.
Yep.
So there's that. It was so bad.
It was bad.
But this week
was better.
Yay!
Come along for the ride.
The first one-on-one, the first hometown, I guess we call it now, was with Chase. Bless his heart, honestly.
Okay, so Chase to me at first, in the beginning, I'm not gonna talk about the other guys. I'm gonna talk about like our experience with him. He seemed the least obnoxious. His dad was a lot like him, and I think his dad really explained why that he is the way that he is.
Yeah, it was really sweet seeing them together.
Yeah, it was. Like, it seemed like they got some reconciliation. And the mom, do you remember the mom?
She was, yeah.
She was cute.
Yeah,
like,
she was cool.
She was really cool. Like, I don't know, it made him with her made me like him more because you just got to see this genuine side to him, sensitive side.
And honestly, that's how JoJo could be in 20 years.
Right. Oh, like the mom.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
that's so true. I really like the sister who was really grounded, and the sister's opinion was pretty positive on JoJo, and she validated his feelings, which said a lot to me. Like,
yeah.
A lot to me.
But honestly, it seems like this divorce of their parents happened about 20 years ago. Like, they talk about it a lot. Like, it's like the only topic. So one of two things. Either, I feel like, I'm just gonna say it now, the producers really manhandled this episode because every family she visited had this huge issue. I feel like they were supposed to talk about it almost because it happened 20 years ago. They're both remarried, have stepkids or whatever. It was like, okay, like you were 8 when it happened.
Not that we're like not saying that like it isn't a difficult situation,
totally.
But like, and I can see how it relates to his commitment issues, but I just felt
he
like
was 8.
So what do we feel? I would say 1 out of 10. I put Chase at a 5.
Okay, I was gonna say 6, so yeah.
5.5. I love how there's no, like, we handle the ranking differently every time.
Episode.
I've done checks.
You get a heart, you get a question mark, okay, you get a 5.5. Alright, so Jordan is next, which we were like, So like, I would probably pay at least $10 to see one episode of her not kissing him.
Making out.
That's his go-to response to any question. Anything. Like,
anything.
What do you want for dinner? She likes his looks.
She does.
That's it.
That's it.
Honestly, if like his looks were on one of the other guys, Jordan would be gone.
So true.
Gone long time ago.
I get it, JoJo. Like, physical attraction is huge for her as a person.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. I get that. I totally get that.
And
like,
it's too bad like all the other guys are so ugly. So like she has no other picks.
But she's so physically attracted to
Jordan
that I just feel like, I don't know. I just think that that's what's pushing their relationship through.
I think in 6 months she'll feel differently.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I think he's underneath everything that he says, he knows that their relationship won't last.
And he keeps saying, he even makes slips of the tongue like, but I really, like, right now you're my priority. Or
right.
Like, right now. And it's like, right now that's good because you're on national television with her.
Right. I think you can like someone and still hurt them. Like, okay, so maybe Jordan does have some kind of feelings. That doesn't mean anything because they're talking about marriage. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, well, Jordan does have some realistic feelings for her. It's a whole other thing to be like, yeah, but are we really going to sit here and say that those are the kinds of feelings that, like, are, like, true for marriage?
And I know, like, maybe we haven't been the biggest Jordan supporters from the beginning. That might be true.
We gave him a fair shot.
We did. We wanted to. Like, he got the first impression rose, but guys, are any of you on board with Jordan? Like,
tell us what we're missing here.
Because take away his looks, but keep his annoying little eye glances that are suspicious.
Robbie!
All right.
What a surprise. Oh wait, we're ranking Jordan.
1.
Done. All right,
so Robbie,
you guys know how we feel about his hair.
we've talked a lot about his external appearance, but man, his inward heart shone through. I don't care how corny that sounds.
It's true.
I really like him now. He needed to get away from the other guys.
Yep.
And be able to show his sincerity when he's alone, because I feel like when he's with the other guys, it comes across as really corny and overly romantic.
That is, that's so true. Like, with the other guys, it seems like he's trying really hard. Whereas, like, with her, even though it was a lot, I really felt like he meant every single word that he said.
Yeah.
So, the family.
I want them.
They get awesome.
10
for the family. We super approved of them, and it's always so nice, like, to walk into a home where it's not like, hi, how are you? But it's like, hey, and hugs all around. Like, that's the type of family, like, I want to, like, bring into the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how me and my cats are. So, like, that's how everyone should be.
I mean, obviously, we have this whole situation with the roommate saying...
Once again, okay, can I just bring up the producers? The mom kept saying, and I'm sorry, I have to be the one to tell you this. I have to tell you this. And we're like, why is she telling you this? It's almost like the producers said, you have to tell him this.
Yeah.
100%. They're just trying to add drama to it.
I agree,
100%.
because there's not a lot of drama with these guys.
It's true. They're, besides Jordan and Luke and...
No, there's not drama there. Meaning, like, you may question their personalities, but there's not drama in terms of their lives.
Yeah.
There's not really.
Yeah.
And so I do really feel like it was contrived. Like, it just seems so unnecessary to talk about that. Like...
So unnecessary. But it brought out a really affirming side of him that I really like.
Yes. So, first question, can he have real feelings for JoJo after ending a relationship for 3 months?
Yes.
I think so too.
Also, especially when he said it really ended 9 months
9 months ago.
And I really admire that, because you can tell he really tried with her, and he even said, he wasn't blaming on her, but it's like he was seeing if there's going to be changes.
Right.
That's like a year. That's a long time.
It shows that he's loyal and that he fought for the relationship.
And then when it was over, he tried. He did his best.
Yeah.
Jordan.
I felt the sincerity, and that brought out, like you said, a really good side to him. One thing that we talked about was the way that he comforted her when she needed reassurance. That's the way that you offer comfort.
To someone you love.
Let's take a moment and see Jordan comfort JoJo, and then Robbie comfort JoJo. Let's start with Jordan.
Oh, dear.
I think a part of me still is scared that if it's you and I at the end of this, will you want it to be forever? I think that scares me. Because I think right now you say yes, but what if that changes?
Why would that change? It's only gotten so much stronger every time.
There's so many moments when he tells me that he loves me that I want to just say, I love you too. I just think I'm really scared.
Don't ever doubt this. I'll prove that too.
Okay, now, that seems fine, right? Casual, cool, not that bad.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at how you should actually comfort somebody that you care about.
I will tell you right now, that's not true by any means. My relationship with Hope, who is my ex, was over 9 months before it actually ended. We had a blow-up fight and she slapped me.
And you guys haven't talked since then?
I haven't talked since then. The relationship is over and I will never speak to her again. Period.
And what if it's not? And what if we get out of all this and it's you and I in the end and we're still dealing with your ex? Because trust me, I know what that's like, and it is not easy, and it would take a toll on our relationship. Like, that scares me.
I don't think it will be. I think it's a flash in the pan. That people want to stir stuff up and then be done. I won't disappoint you.
Alright, well, I mean,
That's the way it's done. So Robbie definitely up to the point.
10 out of the guys that we have are like 10 out of ideal for JoJo.
I would say ideal for JoJo. Like, I would say maybe
I would
8.
say an 8 or 9, 8.5.
8.5.
I mean, yeah, I think the key is he seems really corny when he's around compared to people like Jordan who are so cool and casual.
And we were distracted by his outer appearance.
Yeah, and
we will own that.
Also, I just want to point out, can we just jump ahead to Fan of the Week? Because Fan of the Week was Catherine Campbell, and she really stood up for Robbie. And at first I was like, what are you talking about? But she said, you guys have no reason to hate Robbie. When you bring him up, you only complain about his looks, but his personality's fine.
Called it!
Alright, you called it. Like,
Alright,
yeah,
kudos to you. For real though. It
like,
was distracting for us.
He was in love with her like on day 3.
That's right.
Like, it was like,
that's
oh,
right.
hi,
We just saw this like overwhelming.
It was overwhelming though.
Right. But leading into what's even more overwhelming than that is when you have a hometown date, and instead of meeting just the family, which is a big enough deal as it is, nerve-wracking, you bring the whole town in. The entire 50 plus people.
The entire town, mind you.
In your backyard.
All Texas, mind you. With the family for the first meet. That's a real way to bring some intimate connection to the table. That's not overwhelming for the Bachelorette at all and really stressful. No.
What are you thinking, Luke?
It was so, like, I left the room at that point and made us popcorn.
It was like, a lot.
Luke, what is happening? This is so bad.
I get it. He was having the time of his life. Like, he was loving it.
Oh yeah, because it was. I get it. It was like all the people he really cared about, and he wanted to show her off, and like look at this life I'm living. It was not about the relationship.
But she even vocally said over like a couple times that she was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe not in a great way.
Luke's family, I now understand.
We mean this kindly.
Kindly.
Respectfully.
We understand
why Luke is so boring.
Now, I just want to take a moment because I think Christina told me, I don't really look online as much, but Christina informed me that there is a lot of people that are pro Luke.
Yeah.
And I think I have an understanding of why that is. I was analyzing him this episode. Luke is a heartthrob. I think for most girls, they think he's attractive. He is very sensitive. He's kind of like a Prince Charming to them.
Is he like the bad boy that could be the Prince Charming or something?
No, it's not the bad boy. It's that a guy that looks like that and kind of has that suave nature, but also is like rustic, could be so like intense and express his feelings. It's the deep emotional aspect that I think a lot of girls are like, he's the one. You guys have to understand something, okay? This has to do with JoJo.
Right.
We know that he's deep. We get it. But which we approve of.
He has zero sense of humor.
Zero sense of humor.
Zero.
And JoJo does not need to be in a relationship where she's working to lift it up. And even if you go back and watch that date, like, she was the one that was putting in the work with the family,
all that. She was the entire energy.
Yeah.
You flash back to Robbie's family where it's just a bundle of love.
And she loves that.
And don't get me wrong, some people need a serious relationship.
That works for them.
But JoJo,
she needs laughter. And like, he just doesn't have it. And I know they have those moments where they're like kissing and it's really intense for her.
Honestly, next season, no kissing.
It really can blind you.
Honestly,
like,
yeah, that's true. Like, honestly, if she had never kissed Jordan or Luke, would they still be here?
That's the question. What do you guys think? If she had never kissed Jordan or Luke, would they still be on the show?
Okay, Luke, I would give him a 3.
Yeah, that checks out. Real quick to wrap it up, let's just go over that rose ceremony for just a second. How it turned into a 007 movie.
Jason Bourne
like, style, like what happened?
Flying in the private plane, and then a really nice car drives up and they're like in this hangar bay and Han Solo pops out.
The one thing I wanted from this episode was to know who was going home. I just want to state that.
She said in the interview that she was going to send Luke home.
And then we're like, oh.
Obviously something's gonna happen. Luke pulls her aside, has this moment. She now is crying and is all emotional. She doesn't know what she's gonna do.
Because he probably kissed her. Did he? If someone just told her that he's in love with her like that.
Right.
And like she said, it changes things. I just don't know if it changes things enough. Isn't that what she said?
You know what sucks? I feel like that's a decision she should sleep on. Don't you feel like if she could take a night and think about it and then wake up the next day, she would feel better? But she has to make, from what we've seen, we haven't seen spoilers, it seems she has to make the decision right then. Like, that's purely emotional. It's not logical at all. And she's trying to think about the guy that she's gonna marry.
At that point, you send Luke home. Like, that's
right.
who she knew.
Because that's her gut. That was her, like, that's before everything, that's logically who she knew.
That's right.
Okay.
JoJo, we'll see what you do.
We'll see what you do, but that's our vote. Our vote is...
We'd also be okay with Jordan. We'd also be okay with both. So...
If you want to ixnay both, that would just make us roll happy. Who is excited for BIP?
I'm so excited!
I cannot wait. We're gonna have a good time. But anyway, let's close up this episode. Gosh, this has been a fun one.
No, this was good. Hometowns are always good.
Hometowns are what we needed.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, Chillers, and we look forward to next week, which is a two-parter, right?
Yeah, I think that's when we stopped the spoilers, when it said next week is a two-parter, so...
Yeah. So you should be expecting one full episode from us.
Yeah, we'll put it into one. So
Watch two. We love you. You're awesome.
And comment.